Yo, this is Ocean back with another video. I don't really have a topic today. It's basically just some stuff, I'll basically just be freestyling this, really, it's just straight off the dome. So, yeah, basically it. And let me just start off by saying just stay true to yourself, If you have visions, if you have a vision, that you want to accomplish, no matter what it may be, if you want to be the youngest millionaire, for example, just stay true to that and just realize that people will doubt you, people will put you down, and one of the people that you least expect that will do that are the people closest to you, because they've gotten used to you being you so much that they can't really see past who you are right now. They can't really envision you, higher, if I can say. For example, if you grew up in a poor household, now they might think that you will end up with the same fate, so if you want to be the youngest millionaire, for example, they won't really see it possible because you grew up under poor circumstances, so yeah, basically that. And another thing would be to work on yourself, work on your self-love, work on loving yourself, work on learning thyself, loving thyself, and mastering thyself, because you can't truly expect to love other people if you don't love yourself first. You can't truly expect to be happy in your life if you don't love yourself first. So it's important that you love yourself, don't focus so much on the outside. Don't focus on, getting that big car, that big house, all of that. Focus on yourself first, because truly, all that money doesn't matter if you're not happy within. What's the point of having all that money if you're not happy? After you've mastered yourself, or are in the process of mastering yourself, everything will come to you. And the way that you can actually build on your self-love, would be by doing your passion. Finding your passion. Just ask yourself these 4 questions. What are you good at? What do you love to do? How can you make money off it? And how can you help people using it? So just focus on building yourself, finding your passion, because the more you do something that you love, the more it builds that self-love within, because you're doing something that you love, and it will create eternal joy from within. And if you're in a job already, just ask yourself, or just see yourself in 10 years, and just ask yourself if you'd still want to be in the same position, same job, if you want to be there for the rest of your life. Just ask yourself that question. It's really important that we do things that we love, because if we don't do the things that we love just to please other people, that actually damages ourselves. That will decrease our self-love for ourselves, or just make you miserable, honestly, because you're living basically for someone else, which is something you should not be doing. So really take the time out to find your purpose, find your passion and master it. Although, again, with the vision thing, just realize that you'll have to put in the work. Nothing will get given to you on a silver platter. And an example I could use would be Sandy Leshes. Now, he had a vision, though where he started by selling muffins, and later on went to selling clothes, and eventually got to trading stock, and now he's one of the youngest millionaires. So just realize that with anything that you want to accomplish, you'll have to put in the work for it. Because if you get successful overnight, you won't be able to sustain that. You won't have the strong roots for that. An example I could use to go with that would be an old story that's called the bamboo story. Now, in this story, a farmer plants a bamboo seed and waters it, gives it the sunlight, soil, everything that it needs. Though in the first 4 years, it doesn't do anything, it doesn't grow. Though on the 5th year, it grows, and in just 6 weeks, it reaches 90 feet. Now, something you could ask yourself would be, did it just lay dormant for the 4 years just to grow on the 5th year? Or was it building the strong roots during the duration of the 4 years? So when it started growing, it would be able to sustain itself. And another example I could use would be, when you compare rappers that got famous overnight compared to rappers that actually had to put in the work and start from the bottom and climb the ladder. Now, the ones that got successful overnight, they weren't able to sustain that. They didn't have the strong roots, that mentality to be able to stay at that level, compared to those who had to start from the bottom, work themselves up to the top, who are able to sustain themselves. So like, yeah, and you know, if something doesn't go your way, you control how you react to it, you control how you feel towards it. You know, if someone, you know, hates on you, bashes you, you know, keeps putting you down, constantly surrounds you with negativity, you don't have to react in the same manner. You control how you react. No one can force you to feel some type of way. So, you know, just learn to control, you know, your feelings. You know, though, what I'm really trying to say is change your perception and you change reality, you know, if that makes sense. Though, you know, another thing is that a lot of people have a backward mindset, but mostly older people, that, you know, you go to school, get your degree, get your job, get your money, and you'll be happy for life, which is honestly not true. Money does not give you any happiness, and as I said already, you can have all this money, all these cars, all these houses, you know, but it won't make you happy if you're not truly happy inside. So it's important that you do what you love, do your passion, you know. And another thing would be that you should not have a plan B, because as soon as you create a plan B, you doubt the fact that you could succeed in something, and you'll start putting more thoughts into plan B than you would have put into plan A. And another thing is that you start creating like this safety net in a way that, okay, if this doesn't work out, I can fall back on this, which is honestly, if something is truly your passion, you should not have a plan B towards it. You know, and when you look at people in soccer, you can see that most of them don't have any plan Bs. So they'll have the mentality of like, okay, this is all I have. If this doesn't work, then I have nothing else to fall back on. And which is the mindset you should be having, because if you have that mindset of like, okay, even if this doesn't work, I'll have something to fall back on, you wouldn't be putting in as much effort as someone who had, you know, nothing else to work with. They only had this one thing. So it's important that you do not create a plan B, because you start to doubt yourself, and that could actually lead to you not succeeding, because you wouldn't be putting in all your effort, or let me say that extra effort to make sure that you do succeed, compared to someone who didn't have a plan B. So again, if something is truly your passion, there should be no plan B, there should only be plan A. You know, and another thing would be what you keep in your circle, because as I said in my previous video, the size of the circle is not what matters, the loyalty that's in it is what truly matters. So, and as the old saying goes, if you want to be successful, hang around successful people. If you want to be a millionaire, hang around other millionaires. And if you want to be a billionaire, hang around other billionaires. You know, surround yourself with people, with successful people, so they can, in a sense, mold you to be successful as well. You know, and you know, a lot of people would go in a limo with you, but who would stay with you if that limo would break down? You know, something to think of. But to be honest, this is really random, but as long as I help one person, then I'm actually fine. So yeah, this is basically Ocean signing out. Love yourself. I love me. Life is great. Hey, hey, hey!